Hi, I'm here with Dang from Raom Foods, and we have a very, very exciting product here. It's the most interesting and most delicious product I've tried all day at the Fancy Food Show. If you could just tell us a little bit about your product.
Oh, sure. It's a traditional Japanese bar snack. It dates back to the 12th century. It's a way to preserve tofu. And a side effect of the curing process is you have something that's very rich and creamy. And it's nutritionally the same as tofu, but it tastes like a cheese. It grows like a cheese, and in this case we have function following form. So we have the form is something rich and creamy and salty and savory, and the function is it becomes a bar snack. It pairs very well with sake or soju, and here in the States we found that it also pairs really well with beer and wines, and so it's like an independently derived wine and cheese experience, but completely coming from a dairy-free society. So that's Tofu Misozuke. That's the product that we're presenting here today.
And you have the two different flavors.
Right. So the first, they're both tofu cured in miso. They're both blocks of tofu that's been covered in miso and cured using salts and enzymes from the miso. Our second flavor has an added layer of kombu. Kombu is a very nutritious seaweed that's also so savory that's used to make soup stock. So not necessarily even vegetarian soup stock. A large number of soup stock in Japanese cuisine uses kombu as a source of flavor as opposed to animal parts. So when we wrap our tofu in kombu, we get an extra kick of flavor, and the kombu also contributes a extra pungency. So it's like a strong cheese and then maybe an extra strong kind of almost stinky cheese.
Yeah, it almost has the flavor of blue cheese. It's really rich and delicious. It's got a lot of complexities going on. It's really, really fun to taste. Okay. How did you get started doing this, and when did you start?
So about 4 years ago, we were clueless tourists in Tokyo, and we were trying to look for a tea shop. And we just absolutely could not find our tea shop at all. We found a sake bar, a sake brew pub instead, and they were serving tofu misozuke, listed on the menu as miso cured tofu in English. And we had that. They came out in a little dish and a block, and we were supposed to pair it with sake. And we thought, wow, this is Convergent evolution. This is a wine and cheese experience, but in a totally Japanese style. So when we come back to the States, first of all, we asked at every single Japanese supermarket we could. We asked at every restaurant, every bar, every izakaya we could. And the most common answer we heard was actually either they have not heard of it, or B, they've heard of it, but there's no way to get it unless someone comes back from Japan with a boatload of it. And so apparently it's a delicacy, it's a niche product in Japan also. So we had to learn how to make it ourselves, and we looked for recipes online, and there weren't any. We found a mention in the National Diet Library of a 18th century manuscript called 100 Tofu Delicacies, and so we had to find somebody who could read medieval Japanese to translate that for us, which gave us a description of the process for how to make it. And then we also found a modern izakaya recipe for that eventually after a long time of searching. And I also looked into modern scientific literature, biochemistry papers that describe the process of making it, which helped us be more comfortable with the process and know, okay, we can do this because we understand how the basic chemistry works to turn tofu into something creamy. And so it took about 3 years, and we finally had a product that tasted like what we tasted back in Tokyo, and we started sharing it with friends and family, and some of those friends actually worked at a cheese shop, and they were totally omnivores, they love cheese, and they were telling us, this is great, this is right up there with any of the cheeses we have. You guys totally have to bring it to market. So here we are.
Well, it's fantastic to have you. Are you distributed throughout the United States yet?
No, not yet. We are mostly in the Bay Area right now. We do mail order, and we have been sending that to customers over the United States. But retail-wise, we're in about a dozen stores in the Bay Area, and we will be in New York City soon. There are plans for that, and hopefully from this show we'll have more leads and we'll be more easily found soon. But you can keep up with us on the website. We'll keep listing the stores that we're at.
Great, and we'll ask for them at our stores as well so we can try the product. And one more question about it. How long does it take to make?
It takes at least 2 months to make. We start from firm tofu, and the creaminess, the transformation starts from the outside in as salts and enzymes from the miso permeates the tofu. And so it takes about 2 months for the block to become fully transformed. And as you age it for longer, like you can also age it for 6 months or 2 years even, and then you start, I guess, getting more flavor development, even deeper development. But we've only been making it for so long. We don't have 2 months, 2 years version yet. We're working on a 6-month version, and we're really excited to taste and see what that tastes like.
Well, that's great. I'm excited to taste that as well. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for coming by.